Welcome to a Vinyasa practice. My name is Kaylee. Meet me when you're ready in a comfortable seat. Give yourself a moment to kind of shift from sit bone to sit bone, or maybe forward and backward. And then allow the body to find some stillness. Let's bring the palms onto the knees, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, take a breath in. And exhale, relax the shoulders down your back, turn your palms to face up. Let the eyes close or soften your drishti onto one spot down past the bridge of the nose. We'll start practice today with a little bit of pranayama, a little bit of breath work. I like the specific type of breathing that we'll use because it's really a helpful way to focus and to start to actually prepare the body for movement. So we'll practice a box breath, a 4-part breath with a 4 count to each part. You might be familiar with it. Let's just notice the natural breath before we begin tinkering with it. Just feeling the breath as it moves through your body. Noticing if it feels really smooth or if it's a little bit sticky in some areas. Noticing if your natural breath is noisy or quiet. If it's deep or more shallow. Take one more just natural inhale through your nose. And finish the exhale. And breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. 3, 2, 1. Retain the breath for 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. And pause for 4. 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold 4. 3, 2, 1. Out 4. 3, 2, 1. Pause 4. 3, 2, 1. In 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold 4. 3, 2, 1. Out 4. 3, 2, 1. Pause 4. 3, 2, 1. Same thing, no count. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. Pause. Breath in. Hold. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Pause. 3 more rounds. Inhale. Pause. Feel the fullness of the breath. Exhale. Pause. Feel the emptiness. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Pause. Last round. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 4, 3, 2, 1. Normal, natural breathing. And just noticing how you feel as you let go of the count. Noticing any shifts in your mental energy, shifts in your physical awareness. As we begin to bring more movement, maybe a lot more movement into the body for our Vinyasa practice, the invitation is to keep checking in not only with how your body is moving through space, but the sense of space and the movement of space inside of your body. And the breath is a really powerful way to feel into that internal spaciousness. Let's take a big cleansing breath here, bringing the hands to the heart. Long inhale through your nose, fill all the way up. Sip in a tiny bit more breath at the top. Then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Downward facing dog. We're ready to move a little bit, maybe. Ready to warm up a little bit more, maybe. Spread your fingers out nice and wide in your down dog. You can take a peek at the hands or shoulder distance apart or so. And then drop the head, look back toward your feet, about hips distance between the feet. And then start to bend into one of your knees really super deeply, maybe deep enough that you can drive the opposite heel all the way down. Maybe not, doesn't matter if the heel touches, but feel that downward energy through the heel that's rooting downward. And then just switch legs. So big bend into one knee, opposite heel driving down. You can press your chest all the way to that bent knee thigh or even inside the bent knee thigh. Go ahead and pedal it out a couple times here, continuing to look toward your toes, your knees, or maybe even toward your navel. Let's lift onto all of the toes or the balls of the feet. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bend into the knees and look forward. Hold the exhale. Step your feet to the top of the mat. We find a halfway stretch here. Inhale as you lengthen from tail to crown. And then exhale, fold forward. Let your chin tuck toward your chest. Take another halfway stretch here. Breathe in. Draw the 12th rib under a bit. And then fold forward on the exhale. Shift your weight toward the balls of the feet. One more time. Lift halfway on the inhale. Your hands could be on your shins. And then forward fold on the exhale. Palms to the ground or hands to your calves. This time, press into your feet. Let your head and your arms stay heavy as you slowly start to push the ground away, gradually unrolling. Once your shoulders are over your hips, give your shoulders a shrug toward your ears. Breathe in. And then roll the shoulders down your back as you exhale. Lift the toes, reach the arms up. Take a big stretch. And then bow forward, long exhale. Take your time, nice and smooth as we move with the breath. Lift halfway, breathe in. Take another forward fold, breathe out. Rise on the inhale, press the ground away, the arms reach up over your head. And then this time find Tadasana, bring the hands through the heart and then down to your side as you exhale. Reach the arms up, take a breath in. And then hinge at the hips as you bow forward, long exhale, like a slow motion waterfall here. Lift halfway on the in-breath. This time plant the hands, step back to high push-up and pause in your plank pose. I'm gonna move my bolster out of the way there. Pause in your plank pose. From your plank, start to bend the elbows straight back, lower just halfway down, no more than halfway down. And then come back to that high push-up. All right, high body. One more of those, lower just halfway down. You can always drop the knees. And then back to high push-up. You can keep the knees down with me, or maybe you're still on the balls of the feet. We're gonna slowly lower all the way down. Try and keep the abdominals engaged. Try and keep pushing the ground away. Once you land, come onto the tops of the feet here. You're pressing down into the toenail side of the feet. As you wing your arms by your side, lift into a locust variation. Keeping the feet down, scoop the pelvis so that the tailbone tucks under a bit and the pubic bone is pressing downward and pulling upward toward your belly button. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, look to the left, relax all the way down onto the right side of your face. Breathing in and breathing out. We come back to that locust variation, building as you press into the tops of the feet, engaging through your hips. So instead of sticking the butt out and arching the spine here, can you do the opposite? Feel your glutes turn on, take a big breath in. Look toward the left as you exhale, relax it all the way down. Stay here breathing, feeling the muscles in the low back and the sides of the spine come back to resting length. And then we come right back into our locust variation. This time in locust, go ahead and bring the feet together or close together, and then start to float the legs up, but keep the legs straight. See if you can find that alignment in the pelvis again. Really reach through your toes, warming up the back of the body, preparing ourselves for our practice. Breathe in, and then relax it down on the exhale. One more locust variation, yay. Inhale as you peel up. This time, clasp the hands at the low back, tug the knuckles down, lift the legs, flex your feet, and then bend your knees with lifted legs. So we're not going to catch the feet here, but bend into the knees, find all of that engagement. Glutes active, inner thighs are hugging toward each other. Take a big breath in, and then release it down. Make a little pillow for your forehead by stacking the hands. Wiggle the hips side to side, windshield wiper your lower legs. Now find your breath, those long inhales and slow exhales. We'll bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under. High push-up, breathe in. Down dog on the breath out. Stay here, tuck your chin to your chest. Take one big in-breath. And a full exhale, hold the exhale, lift the heels, look forward. With empty lungs, step your feet to the top of the mat. Halfway stretch, long spine, breath in. Fold forward and exhale. Rise all the way. Finish the inhale at the top of the stretch. And then exhale, Tadasana. Relax the shoulders down your back. Reach up and fill up. Bow forward and empty out. Lift halfway on the breath in. Plant the hands, high push up, lower up to halfway or all the way down. We find up dog or cobra. Finish your inhale, maybe pause at the top of that breath, really feel the stretch. Downward facing dog on the exhale, 2 deep breaths, tuck your chin. One more long breath in. Finish the exhale, hold the exhale as you lift the heels, look forward, step, or maybe you invite a hop to the top. Halfway stretches the breath in. Chest to thighs, exhale. Rise as you fill up and reach. Tadasana, exhale, arms to your side. Last round, Sun A, reach up on the breath in. Bow forward on the breath out. Lift halfway, breathe in. High plank to low plank, long breath out. You could lower all the way to the belly. Take your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. Really breathe into the front of the chest as you activate the back of the body. And then down dog, tuck the toes, send your hips up and back, tuck the chin to your chest. Big breath in and out. And one more, breathe in. Exhale all the breath, look forward on empty lungs, travel to the top of the mat. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, breathe out. Rise all the way up on the inhale. And then Tadasana as you exhale. We're gonna work on some side bends. Inhale, reach the arms up, but tuck your chin down toward your chest. So the arms can be straight and stretching and reaching. And maybe you pull the biceps back behind the ears just a little bit. From here, without arching the low back. So tiny little tuck of the tailbone, draw the abdominals in, hug the inner thighs together. Maybe you actually bring the feet as close together as is comfortable instead of going really wide here. Inner thighs hug, keep lengthening your spine without extending. And then start to bend over, reaching fingers to the left as you bump your hips to the right. So we've got all of that length in the spine to work into this side bend from, as opposed to extending in the low back. Push into your feet, inner thighs hug toward one another, belly button pulls in toward the midline as you come back to the center, big breath in, and then release the arms to the side as you exhale. Inhale, reach up. I'm gonna stay facing this direction. Lengthen out through your spine, little scoop of the pelvis. So instead of having the butt sticking back, pull everything in, and then take that side bend to the other direction. Keep lifting both sides of the ribs away from the hips. I'm really focusing on almost like a half moon shape in the body, like a crescent shape, from the inner seam of the legs all the way up through the sides of the spine. On your inhale, we come back to the center. And then Tadasana on the exhale, arms to your side. Interlace your hands. Take a breath in as you lift your heart, lift your chin, and then bow forward with that bind. Empty out. Halfway stretch on the in-breath. Plant the hands, step back, high plank to low plank, lowering halfway or all the way down. Take your back bend, finish your inhale, and then down dog as you exhale. We'll lift the right leg high, take a breath or two there, bend the knee, open through your hips, and then kind of explore that right leg, ankle, toes, knee. Draw some circles if you like, and then switch direction if you're rotating the ankle or the knee. Keep pressing into your hands so you're still aware of that anchor, that support through the hands. We kick the right leg back. Keep pushing into the hands. Hands are hasta, and lock or plug is bandha. So hasta bandha with the hands pushing down to pull the energy up the arms. And then bring your right knee to your right elbow, still hasta bandha, almost like you're clawing your fingers into the mat. Shoulders are over your wrists. Kick the right leg back, big breath in. We're gonna step the right toes behind the right wrist, spin the back heel down, and find warrior one. Take some time to adjust your feet here, and then see if you can find the balls of the feet, especially the ball of the right foot. Drive down through the base of the right big toe as you start to anchor back through the knife edge of your left foot. So much so that the inner arch of the left foot gets a little lighter, a little distance between that and the mat. Take another big breath in right here. And then we're gonna go lightning warrior. Wing the arms by your side, lengthen through the sides of the neck as you look slightly downward. Keep pushing into your feet here. We're gonna take it into our reverse warrior, sweeping open, maybe adjusting the feet a little bit. Keep working your right knee toward your right pinky toe, and then outer spiral your left hip and thigh. So you can see I'm actually kind of using my hand to rotate that left hip open. Nice big breath in, maybe you reach back a little bit further here. Hands to the mat, step back high to low push-up or straight to down dog. You can always skip the vinyasa, but keep the breath with you. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's lift the left leg. Hasta bandha, pressing into your hands for support. Bend your left knee and then check in with this side of the body. Circle the knee, circle the ankle, curl the toes. If you're drawing circles, go ahead and switch direction. Often think of like these mobilization exercises as like housekeeping for the body. Kick the left leg back, big breath in. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. So take your time to set up your foundation. And then set your drishti, your gaze, to one spot right past the tip of the nose. So that works whether you're bringing your nose to point up or your nose to point forward. And And then use your breath. So noticing where your body is in space, but also noticing as the breath moves through your body, the space inside. And maybe notice that you have a little bit of agency to affect the experience of the space in the body. Lightning warrior, anchoring down through the knife edge of the back foot, or sliding that foot. Not necessarily on purpose. If you're me, sometimes it happens. And then that's a nice moment where we can find those stabilizer muscles, the inner thighs, the midline, the outer hips. We find a reverse warrior, peeling up and open, working to rotate the inner thighs away from one another, bringing your gaze either up toward your top fingers if that feels spacious in your neck, or perhaps down toward your back toes. Take one more long inhale, and then high to low, cycle through a vinyasa, feeling not just your body moving through space, but as you breathe, space moving in your body. From downward facing dog, take a cleansing breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Right leg lifts, breathe in. Right knee, right elbow, stay here or find running man. We're not there for a ton of time. We go back to three-legged dog. Breathe in. So it's really just a long exhale for our running man. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Warrior one, take a big breath in. And then lightning warrior, exhale. Reverse, peel, open, stretch. And then hands to the mat, high to low or straight to down dog. Moving the breath, inhaling and exhaling. Left leg high, breathe in. To the elbow on the breath. I almost forgot our option for running man. It's really just that exhale. Kick back, three-legged dog. Finish the in-breath. And then step forward as you exhale. Warrior one, arms up. Maybe the eyes are up as you fill your lungs. And then lightning warrior, exhale. Reverse. Finish the breath in, feel into the stretch. And then hands to the mat, you know where to go, cycling through a vinyasa. And noticing what you're aware of. From down dog, tuck the chin, take a breath in through your nose. And out through the nose or the mouth. Look forward on empty lungs, step walk, or float your feet to the top. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, breathe out. We go all the way up, long inhale. Add a cactus elbow this time as you exhale. We're gonna reach the arms up, tuck the chin, lengthen the spine, big breath in. And then side bend over to one side. Doesn't matter which one you take it. Stay here, breathe in. And breathe out. Come back to the center on the inhale. And then just switch to the other side as you exhale. My gaze is usually down, but you might start to play with bringing your eyes up as you roll that top shoulder behind you more. Inhale back through the center. And then exhale, Tadasana. Look toward the right shoulder, big breath in. And then as far as you can to the left as you exhale. Reach to the center, breathe in. Add your lightning chair this time as you breathe out. Hold it here or lift up onto the balls of the feet. Inner thighs are hugging toward one another. Lower abdominals lifting inward and upward. So we found Uddiyana Bandha by engaging the abdominals. And then maybe we find Mula Bandha by hugging the pelvic floor muscles up and in. Stay here, or you can start to lower, alternating your heels. 5. Keep breathing. 4. We're going to stand all the way up in 3. 2. Option to stay on the toes. Squeeze the thighs together. Go all the way up. Big breath in. Thighs hug. And then fold forward as you empty. Let the heels drop down. Find your halfway stretch and breathe in. Plant the hands. Cycle through a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. We're going to change up our flow a little bit. We'll keep the start. Right leg lifts, breathe in. Right knee, right elbow, maybe running man on a breath out. Kick back, three-legged on the inhale. Step forward as you exhale, warrior one. Use the whole inhale to reach up. And then lightning warrior exhale. Reverse, peeling open on the in-breath. And then this time we're gonna find Kandasana at the back of the mat. So you can start to pivot onto the heel of your front foot, sink your hips down toward your back knee, back heel. Hands can find heart center or you use your hands here. This pose isn't the friendliest for some people. If that's the case for you, take it into a side lunge where you've got your hips hinged and this knee bent to the degree that's available, to the degree that's comfortable. Let's look toward the top toes. Take a couple rounds of breath here. From side lunge or Kandasana, we're gonna bring the right hand down and then pivot around to a dragonfly twist facing the back of your space. Peeling the left arm up and open, taking a big breath in. And then frame your left foot, drop your right knee down, find Hanumanasana, stretching your hips back toward that right heel. Your hips can stay over your right knee, or you might start to bring your hips all the way down inside of the right heel or onto the right heel. Set your eyes to one spot here. Traditionally, the drishti is at your left big toe or at your left knee. And then some of us might start to fold forward over that left leg, maybe even finding a bind, interlacing the hands around the sole of the left foot as you pull the left toes back towards your face. Breathe. And feel the space moving in your body with your breath. Feel the stretch and how it shifts over the course of a couple more moments here, a couple more breaths here. Does it get more intense? Do those muscle fibers unstick a little bit? Or do they grip harder? Sometimes if they're gripping harder, that means we might be biting off a little bit more, physiologically speaking, than we can chew. Start to release the bind if you caught it. We're gonna walk the hands back forward to the inside of the left foot this time for a lizard lunge, crawling your left foot forward a little bit and your right knee back. You can stay on the hands, rolling the shoulders away from the ears or keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe we play around with coming onto the forearms. Keep reaching gently the crown of the head away from your sternum. So instead of collapsing into the shoulders here, think one long line of energy and space from your right toes all the way up through the crown of the head. You can stay here or maybe even lift that right knee for a moment, for a breath, unclench the jaw. Let's set that knee down if you caught it. Come back to the palms of your hands. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee up. Right hand will stay down, but keep some space between the right hand and the left foot. Maybe you walk your left foot all the way to one long edge and the right hand all the way to the other long edge. Peel your left arm up and open. Hug the shoulder blades toward each other behind your spine as you take a breath in. And then we're gonna thread that left arm under the body, reaching over toward like the right side of your space at this point as you shift forward. So your right shoulder is over your right wrist. Go back to dragonfly, breathe in. This time bring your hands down inside of the left foot, Spider-Man push-up, bending into the elbows. Inhale, peel open for dragonfly. And then walk the hands all the way through your prasarita back to the top of the mat. We're gonna find a high crescent lunge here. Sweep the arms up, set your gaze to one spot as you hug inner thighs close to one another and breathe. So we're gonna play around with an extended twist here. Prayer twist is our starting point, and maybe actually we drop that back knee down. So coming into a prayer twist with the back knee down, and then with that back knee down, it means that we can actually undo our prayer twist for a moment and then kind of work that left elbow farther up the outside of the right thigh. So working maybe all the way toward the middle of the thigh, And then refind that prayer twist moment. From here, we're going to bring the left fingers away and the right fingers away, and then reach that right arm toward the front of your space. Right bicep is reaching over the right ear, and then slowly maybe we lift the back knee. So this is our extended revolved crescent. From extended revolved crescent, we're going to bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Spin the back heel down, stay kind of low in your hips here. And then we're finding our extended side angle, reaching the left arm forward, and then use your right hand to encourage that right hip crease. So instead of dumping in here, we're strong through the legs. Take some of the weight out of the right arm and breathe. Maybe bring your eyes up toward your left pinky finger, rotating that left arm so that the pinky finger points down. Or I like to just take a peek toward maybe my left underarm area. From here, take a big breath in. We're going to bring the hands down, Spider-Man push-up as you exhale. It's different this time. Push the ground away, keep the right knee bent. And then we're going to find wild thing. Keep the right knee bent as you bring your right toes back behind you, lifting the right arm up. Push down into your left hand. Left shoulder is over that left wrist. Big opening through the front of the hips and through your heart. Take a breath in. We're going to bring the right hand back down to the mat. Keep the right knee bent. Bring right knee to the right elbow. You pivot so you're on the left ball of the foot. Do that again. Wild thing. Right knee stays bent through this whole business. Big long inhale to open. And then hand down, square the chest. Right knee, right elbow, left heel spins up. 2 more times. Inhale, wild thing. Exhale, knee to elbow. Go wild thing. Pause here in your wild thing. We're going to go ahead and sit the hips down. Left leg stays long. Right knee stays bent. Reach your right arm inside of the right knee for the left foot. And then maybe we reach the left hand for the left foot as well. This works just great. Stay here, or I realize I've scooched off of the screen here. Or we're going to take a half bind or a full bind around that bent right leg. So working to catch one of the wrists. And looking toward your left toes for 3, 2. Slowly, without slingshotting, start to work back to wild thing. Peeling up and open as you press the ground away. And then high to low push-up, Uddiyana Bandha, pull the belly to the low back for support there. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's clear that side out. Breathe in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Left leg lifts on the in-breath. Take breaks when you need them. Knee to elbow on the exhale or running man. Back to 3-legged dog. I think that's the last one of those for me. Breathe in. I'll keep cueing it if it feels good to you. Inhale for warrior 1 as you step the foot through, reach up. Exhale, lightning warrior. Reverse. Peel open as you breathe in. And then we're going to find our side lunge or Konasana at the back of the mat. Find your breath, setting your eyes to one spot to help you really hone in on the prana as it moves in through your body on the in-breaths. And on the exhales, it actually stretches through the body. Even as you empty the breath, the prana just moves deeper, all the way to the periphery. We look toward the back to find dragonfly twist, peeling up and open. And then from there, we're going to find our Hanumanasana, frame out that front foot, and then shift the hips back, keeping the hips either over your back knee or inside or on top of your back foot. Lengthen out the spine if you're working the forward fold here. And then maybe we let the arms melt on either side of that extended right leg, or perhaps we interlace the fingers around the sole of the right foot. Let your eyes rest on one spot, maybe the big toe, maybe the knee, or maybe you close your eyes down to to pull that drishti inward, our inner gaze. And as the eyes settle either inward or on one spot, see if you can dive into the experience of the stretch. Breathe in a way that helps you connect. And start to work your way, breathing up and out. We're going to work our way into our lizard lunge, bringing both hands to the inside of the right thigh as you walk the right foot further forward and the left knee further back. Staying on the palms, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, yeah? So the sides of the neck are long. Maybe keeping the sides of the neck long, we come down onto the forearms, and maybe that feels like, no thanks today. So the win, really, like the goal, the progress, the indication that we're making progress in this practice isn't that we're able to go deeper into the stretches necessarily. It's that we're able to connect more deeply with our energy, with our body's present moment needs. So some days, maybe we do go a little deeper, and some days maybe we back way, 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 way off. But if it's coming from a space of deep self-awareness, that's a sign of progress. Tuck the back toes under, come back onto the palms if you're on your forearms. Lift your back knee, walk the right foot and the left hand farther away from one another. Lots of space between them as you find a wide dragonfly, big breath in. And then thread the needle here as you empty. And take it back to dragonfly, breathe in. And then sweep the hands through your prasarita. Maybe you go hands free in your transition, finding a high crescent at the top of the mat. Drop the back knee in this time. We'll flow through this without necessarily putting the knee down, but for now, feel that the back knee is down, and then as you work that right elbow to the outside of the left leg, you can actually use the support of that back knee so that you can use your left hand to push that knee a little bit inward. And then not letting the knee stay pushing inward, right? So the left thigh, left knee are pushing out against the right elbow. Stay there or lift the back knee up. Re-find your stability. And then maybe we take that extended revolved variation, reaching the top arm long, creating like a diagonal line of strength, drawing the abdominals in from your back heel all the way through that top arm. Big breath in. We find our extended side angle, spinning the back heel down as we bring that left elbow to the left thigh, not much weight in it. And then pull the hips down a little bit more. Notice your left hip, can you press it forward as you pull your right hip back? And then reach through the right arm. Maybe your gaze comes up towards your right pinky fingers as you continue to anchor down into the knife edge of your back foot. The inner arch of the right foot is peeling away from the mat slightly. Breathe in. Hands down, Spider-Man push up, pivot the back heel up. From here, we find our wild thing, bringing the left toes behind as you open through the hips, open through the heart. So we'll do 4 of these on the 4th one. So this is number 1. On the 4th one, we're going to find that seated position. Bring the left hand down, left knee, left elbow, right heel spins up, shoulders over your wrist. Inhale, back to wild thing. That's 2. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, right heel points up. Inhale, wild thing, there's 3. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, square the chest and the hips to the mat. Wild thing, come all the way in as you breathe in. And then slowly sit your hips down, left knee stays bent, right leg is long, you're reaching inside of the left knee for the right foot. Maybe we bring both hands to either side of that right leg or catch the foot. Or maybe you lean forward and then bring that left hand outside of the left leg. Right hand and arm around the low back, catching one of the wrists. And then melting the heart forward toward your right shin, knee, or toes. Let the eyes land and find your breath. Ujjayi. Make the inhales a little longer. A couple more, breathing in for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're finding wild thing, peeling it up and open, taking a big breath in. And then high to low, Uddiyana Bandha, exhale. Inhale, cobra, or up dog, pull the heart open. And then exhale, downward facing dog, press the hips back, cleansing breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Lift the heels, look forward. Step walk or hop your feet to the top. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, breathe out. Rise on the inhale, reach tall. Cactus elbows on the exhale, engage your glutes, chin to your chest. Reach your arms up, keep the chin at the chest, big breath in. And then side bend just for your breath out. Back to the center, breathing in. Switch sides, breathe out. Inhale through the center. Exhale, lightning chair. Keep hugging the abdominals in, long through the sides of the neck, but the chin is slightly tucked. Jalandhara Bandha. Stay here or lift up onto the balls of the feet. Stay there or alternate your heel dips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way up, big breath in. Back to lightning chair. Surprise, lightning chair. This time we're gonna lift the left knee, find a single-legged mountain. Lift the left knee nice and high as you draw some circles with your left ankle. Switch direction. From lightning chair here, airplane, fly that left leg back. I like to start hands to heart or hands to hips, and then try and square the hips. Draw the 12th rib in a little bit so we're not flaring through the chest, but strong through the container of our abdominals and our outer hips. Add your airplane wings if you would like. And then maybe we do go ahead and take it into a bit of a back bend once we've created that stability. Yeah? From here, back to single-legged mountain. Inhale, lift up. Lightning chair. On the exhale, reset that left foot down. We switch sides. Inhale, right knee comes up. Pause, breathe, circle your right ankle. Switch direction. Take another breath in. And then airplane, hinging back through your hips, using your hands to feel those landmarks if you like. Set the eyes down at the ground about 3 to 5 feet in front of your left big toe. And then add on, if you would like, as you continue to find that Ujjayi breath, gently constricting the base of the throat. So you have some control. You're managing the flow of energy in your body. We're focused on where the body is in space, but also, really importantly, can you practice in a way that focuses on the space inside of your body? Back to single-legged mountain. Holy smokes, big breath in. And then lightning chair on your exhale. Stand all the way up, push the ground away, take a little back bend, extending the hips forward. And then when you exhale, draw your belly button to your low back and fold forward, let it go. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Hands down, step back, cycle through a vinyasa. We're gonna put our flow together, maybe slightly differently. So just listen up. From down dog, right leg lifts, breathe in. Right knee, right elbow, or running man on the breath out. Kick back on the inhale. Step forward on the exhale. Listen, find warrior one here, breathe in. And then we're taking it right into airplane, launch forward on the breath out. Single-legged mountain, inhale, lift your left knee high. This time, we're gonna step the ball of the left foot to the back of the mat and find a lightning crescent lunge. From our lightning crescent, find a power lunge, reaching the arms forward, staying long in the spine, chin is slightly dropped toward the chest. And then we warrior two all the way to the back of the mat. Adjust your feet so your left toes point to the back of the mat. In warrior two, let's interlace the hands of the low back, left pinky on the top. Make this into a heart opener as you breathe in, lift the chin. And then humble warrior, long exhale, let your head drop down. From humble warrior, we're here for a breath in and a breath out. Then we find our dragonfly twist. Maybe you take it into a horizon pose here, letting the hips drift down and the toes point more toward the left. And then all the way through the top of the mat, high crescent lunge at the top. Pause, take a breath in. Twist to your right as you empty. Stay or find that extended revolved on the in-breath and the out-breath. We find our extended side angle, spin the back heel down, sweep the left arm up, pause here, stay or add a half bind, taking the top arm behind the low back, bringing the left hand to the right thigh and encouraging that lunge. Also have the option to find a full bind, interlacing the hands outside of the right leg, or if you can, catch one of your wrists. We're going to start to shift the weight forward, wiggle the back foot in until you can step that left foot underneath the left hip. Pause, left heel under left hip, lift the right heel up, and then maybe we start to lift into bird of paradise. Opening through the chest, strong through the inner thighs, perhaps that right leg lifts up. If the right leg is up, go ahead and circle through the right ankle. Woo, switch direction. And then slowly with control or in any way that's safe, come back to your side angle variation. Finding extended side angle, reaching one or both of your arms toward the wall in front of you and above you. Breathe in. Spider-Man push-up, breath out. Inhale, dragonfly twist, peel the right arm open. One threaded needle as you exhale. Back to dragonfly, breathe in. Spider-Man, breath out. Here comes wild thing. Inhale, just one time. Right knee, right elbow on the exhale. Switch legs, slow mountain climbers. You can make these fast if you want. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, shoulders over wrist if you can. Long through the sides of the neck for 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog, cleansing breath. Big in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Left leg lifts on the breath in. Left elbow close as you can. Maybe you take a running man. Back to three-legged, breathing in. Step forward on the breath out. Warrior one, come all the way up. Nice long in breath. And then airplane, take flight as you exhale. Single-legged mountain, inhale, lift your knee. And then lightning crescent, drop the ball of the foot steady. Power lunge, big breath in. To the back of the mat, find Vira 2. This time as you interlace your fingers, put the right pinky finger on the outside if you can. Draw the knuckles down, open the heart, big breath in. And then humble warrior, empty, 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 smooth, release it down. Stay for a full round of breath in and out. We take dragonfly or horizon pose, breathe in, and then prasarita all the way to the top of the mat, high crescent lunge. Long in breath. Prayer twist to the left, stay or extended revolved, breathing in. And breathing out, that back heel spins down as we find extended side angle on this side. Stay here or half bind that top arm down the low back, encouraging a little more depth in that front thigh. Alternately, reaching for one of your wrists, finding that full bind, shifting the weight forward, heel toeing the right foot underneath the right hip. Make sure that heel is under your hip. That will help you out so much. When you end up standing, left heel lifts, press the ground away with your right foot. Bird of paradise as an option. Breath as something that hopefully isn't quite as optional, but that you choose to maintain. Manage long inhales, slow controlled exhales. Maybe you circle your top foot or ankle, and then let's release it back down. Last little bit of efforting before we start to cool down. Finding your extended side angle, one or both arms. Reaching forward, breathe in. Spider-Man push-up on the breath out. We get one wild thing, peel it open, long in breath. Left hand down, left knee, left elbow, shoulders over wrists. Alternate mountain climbers, 10, 9. You can be done if you're done, right? 7. In fact, if you're done, the only thing to do is to be done. Last 5, 4, 3, keep going. I'm done. 2, 1, and relax. Either belly down, seated meditation, or child's pose. And just notice whatever arises once the body does find some stillness. And notice the quality of energy in your body as you breathe. Just let the body breathe. You don't have to control it. It might be a little jagged or a little noisy. That's fine. And see if you can keep coming back to just this simple awareness of your breath moving through your body. Any other physical sensations or even other senses that anchor you into the moment, right? Opening up to your sense of hearing and any sounds that are happening in real time with you here. You're ready, you can blink your eyes open. And we're just gonna take one Navasana, one high boat. I know I said we were done with the muscular stuff, but after all of that movement, pulling things back to center to create that stable midpoint, that stable base, can actually be really reassuring for the nervous system. So when you're ready, meet me in high boat. You can have hands behind you for support. You can have hands behind the thighs for support. You might have a high boat where you have neither of those things going on. You might straighten the knees, you might keep them bent. But see if you can find a scoop of the pelvis so the abdominals are pulling inward and upward. Take a big breath in right where you are. As you exhale, lift the pelvic floor and the belly button to the low back. We're gonna bend into the knees a bit. I invite you to bring your hands down. We're gonna tap the heels wide. Take a breath in, just the heels. And then exhale, knees together, heels together, pelvic floor engages, pull the knees closer to your chest. Inhale, tap as you open the heels. Exhale, pelvic floor, abs, heels, inner thighs. 3 more, breathe in. If you need more, straight leg tap, inhale. Ooh, I do not need more, exhale. 1 more time, your choice, big breath in. Exhale, squeeze, hold it here. Maybe we keep Uddiyana Bandha, Mudha Bandha, and reach the hands for the feet, reach the legs for the ceiling. Keep hugging inner thighs together, lower belly in, pelvic floor engages. 4, 3, 2, Baddha Konasana, feet together, fold forward, let your knees part, let your head drop. Stay here in your version of Baddha Konasana, or if you need a little more, we're going to take the forearms, the hands, the forearms, and start to slide the forearms underneath your calves or ankles, between your calves and your yoga mat, crawling the fingers forward. And then with the hands forward, maybe bring your hands to your feet, hug the heels a little closer together and closer to your body. And then we start to walk the hands out to the sides a little bit. Press the knees into the elbows to pull yourself gently into that forward fold. It's not in my practice, but if you practice Ashtanga, you might have the variation here where you bring the hands to the ears or the back of the head. Whatever variation you're in, as you release, do it slowly, so little by little. We're always in such a hurry from one thing to the next, and really so much wonder is in those liminal spaces, those in-between places. Once the chest is up, use your hands, help your knees back together. Little moment in a seated child's pose, bringing your forearms around your shins and your chin, either between your knees or onto your chest. Feel into the low back and the shoulders. Feel into both sides of the spine from your tailbone all the way up to the back of the neck. When you're ready, find a final resting shape, Shavasana, either taken on your back or on your side or on your belly. Alternately, you might choose to take legs up the wall. I feel like practicing close to the wall for me inhibits some of the stretches, some of the shapes that we might make, but I'm going to use this opportunity to let the wall be a benefit, let it be an asset to bring my feet up onto the wall. Wherever you land, let yourself land. Let the body become still. Let go of needing to control the breath, no constricting through the throat. And let your mind go, just completely let it go for a few more moments. Using this rest as an opportunity really to allow the nervous system to find a little bit more balance. So it's so important that we challenge ourselves. And it's also equally important, it's vital that we pause, let ourselves integrate, and let the nervous system relax. And stay here listening for my voice very shortly to end our practice. If you have the space to stay a little longer, I highly encourage, enthusiastically support that. Otherwise, start to bring some gentle movement back into your body, nodding the head to one side and to the other. And start to take any other little intuitive movements as you transition from your resting shape to a seat. When you land, bring the hands to the heart. I'm offering a moment of appreciation. I so appreciate you showing up to practice, whether that's live with the Zoom or in a replay on YouTube. Maybe you can take that in and offer yourself a little appreciation for carving out the time to tune in and letting it make the rest of your day or your week or your evening unfold just a little bit better, a little bit easier. Big breath in through your nose to close. Sip in a bit more breath, and then let go. Thank you deeply for sharing your energy and your practice. Keep taking good care of yourself. I hope to see you soon.